Hello and welcome to this video. Today we're going to go through how you can use GPT-4 already to create unbelievable blog posts or posts on your websites or social media posts, long form posts that are going to be really useful for your readers and will also rank really well online. Now, I've got access to the GPT-4 API, but I know a lot of people won't. So what this is going to do, as you can see on the screen here, GPT-4 currently has a cap of 25 messages every 3 hours, and that's going down. It started at 100 messages every 4 hours, and now it's gone down to 50 every 4 hours, and now down to 25 every 3 hours. So what that means is if you want to do some long form posts, or quite a few long form posts, you're going to struggle to do that in any kind of bulk volume. So what I'm going to do today is go through how you can use GPT-4 to get some of the bulk part of building the article, and then also combine that with GPT-3 to make it a long form article. Before we go into that, what I would like you to do, if you're into GPT-4, GPT-3, other AI software, other text-to-speech, speech-to-text, all these sort of things, please drop a like and subscribe to this channel, because over the next few months, as GPT-4 gets more and more widespread, this skill, prompt engineering, is going to become more valuable, and the more you know about it, the quicker you get ahead of the game. So on the screen, as you can see here, I've got ChatGPT up. On the top of the screen, if you have ChatGPT Plus, and this is the main way that most people will currently have access to GPT-4, you can switch from GPT 3.5, the legacy version, or the default turbo version, or GPT-4. Now GPT-4, the benefits of GPT-4 is that it has a much better understanding of the language. It has so many more parameters, so the actual content it produced is better in terms of accuracy as to what you're looking for, accuracy as to what the actual truth of the matter is, but more importantly, it reads better and it understands what you tell it. And it can do some really incredible calculations, it can do some unbelievable understanding of very complex subjects, which makes it far better than GPT 3.5. Now in terms of the content that gets produced, in terms of how it's written, my experience that GPT-4 is better, but if you have a really good prompt on GPT-3, you can still get a great output if you've got the right input. And that's what GPT-4 is going to do if you use what I'm going to show you today. Over here on the other side, this is what I'm going to use to write the article. It's called Phrase, and if you've already got Phrase, you have got access to an SEO powerhouse on there, but you've also got access to loads of different templates. The templates that I'm going to use in this one are Authored Intelligence by Peter Hatherley. If you've never used those templates before, believe me, they will be absolutely groundbreaking in terms of your content production. So to start with, what I'm going to go to is one that I did yesterday. So here is what I did yesterday. If we go right back to the beginning of this, I've asked for an article which talks about Google's core updates. Now what I've included on here, because GPT-4 can take far more in terms of an input, I put a massive background on here as to what core updates are, when they've been done, what the most recent one is, and pretty much what it means to people. And what I've asked it to do is to outline me an article about what to do after a Google core update. If you go through it, it has gone through quite a few things there based on what is read above. That is one area where GPT-4 is far better than GPT 3.5. because it can take a greater input, especially when people start rolling this out in other content production platforms. It starts currently with 8,000 tokens that can be put in the input, but on the other side, once the GPT-4 bigger model comes out, that will have up to 32,000 tokens. So that will mean you can put almost half a book in there in some cases. So then, once it's done that, I've asked it to write a synopsis of every single section, starting with this section will, and then detailing what will be covered. Then at the end of the synopsis, I wanted to say the purpose of this section is to, and that allows the writer of the article, I'm not telling her there's going to be another AI platform, not that that makes a difference, so the writer of the article knows what to write in each section. Then include relevant facts and information from the referenced information above for each section, and preface that with the words please include. So if you go through here, what that's done is took the outline and was told the writer what to write about. Then I've asked for some attention-grabbing titles and also some LSI keywords, which are going to be useful when it comes to building the article to make sure search engine optimized. Once I've done that, I've asked for a synopsis of the blog post, which is going to then be used to fulfill the introduction and the conclusion sections. As you go through there, that also has a video script. I use HumanPal for that. That article is live on my website now. Now that article is written with my own writer, which I haven't released to the public yet, and that one currently uses either GPT 3.5 or GPT 4. Now what I will say to you, if you are looking at what to use for writing the article, an article in GPT 3.5 Turbo would have only cost me about 2 or 3 pence. This article in GPT 4 cost me about 50 cents, so about 40 pence. So as you can see here, the difference in terms of cost is massive. So as I said last time, there's a possibility that a lot of the writers that are out there at the moment may be a little bit reluctant to upgrade to GPT 4 very quickly, just because of the cost implications. If they're not going to increase the price of what you pay for it, they might not be able to do it in a cost-effective way. So let's go through how you can do this with Phrase. So what I'm going to do is start off with a new chat, and I'm going to copy over exactly what I put in yesterday, but I'm going to change it a little bit. So what I'm going to put in here is I'm going to, like I did first time, talk about Middlesbrough Football Club season so far. So write an outline of a full article about how Middlesbrough are pushing for promotion, and then referencing the upcoming games and influence of Michael Carrick. So then what I need to do is go and get some information about this season for Middlesbrough Football Club. So if I go and search for Middlesbrough Football Club 2022-23 season, what that's going to do for me is it's going to bring up a Wikipedia article. I think that is probably going to be enough for me, and I'm going to take this entire article and I'm going to put that into the GPT-4. As we found last time, Middlesbrough Football Club is something that GPT-4 already knows about. Now, what may happen here, and this is going to be interesting, I will show it on here, what may happen is this just might be a little bit too much information. It may be far too much, but we're going to try anyway, and we're going to see what happens. So if we pop that in there, we've got all of the information that was taken from Wikipedia, and now what we're going to do is we're going to send that over to GPT-4, and unfortunately it was a little bit too long. So what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to start again. So what I've done here is I've taken a lot of information which has all come from Wikipedia and online, and what I've done is I've wrote it on here and I've asked it to outline an article. So as you can see, the information that's on here is all the different players, all of the players that are in the team, the statistics, all the league table at the moment, and the fixtures left over. So if we go there, it gives you the outline of the article, and what I can do from here, it isn't as good as what I had last time, simply because it hasn't outlined subheadings and things like that. But what it has done is it's outlined what the current situation is, what happened so far, top scorer, the important games that are coming up, and then down here a little bit of a summary of the entire article. So what I need to do next is go right back to here, and what I need to do is I need to ask for the synopsis. I'll ask for the synopsis of every single paragraph, because then what I can do is that synopsis can be turned into a longer section in the article itself. So if we go back to the article that's being produced, and now what I ask it to do is, there we go, I have every paragraph starting with and then the information needed. There we go. And then it says that for every single section of it. What's great there is now I can use this information in Phrase. So the search query I want is Middlesbrough push for promotion, and now I create the document. Now Phrase, if you've never used Phrase before, Phrase is an absolutely unbelievable platform for anyone who wants to get really good search rankings for their website. What it will do is it will take the search engines and it will look for the keywords that you've used here, and what it will do is it will analyse all the different websites that are on the first page of the search engine, and then it will give you some really good insights as to how you can optimise your article to get onto that first page. The optimized section over here on the right is the part that will really help you, because what that's going to do for you is it's going to tell you what words you need to use in your article. That is where the LSI keywords and things like that can be used. Now, what I'm not going to do here is go really in depth about the LSI keywords. What I will do now is I'm going to create one paragraph using the outline that we've produced, and then I'm going to go away, do the rest of it, and then I'm going to pop the full article down in the comments below so that you're able to see the quality of the article that was finally produced. So if we go to AI Write-Up here, and in the tools, I've got my Author Intelligence ones that are in here. If you like phrase yourself, if you've already got phrase, I have a list of free phrase templates that you can use that are all sales templates that are great for producing landing pages, sales stories, things like that. Now, if we go down to my favorite one, which is Semantic Author. Semantic Author is an absolutely fantastic AI template that Phrase uses, which will write content that is perfect for the search engines. It is an unbelievable piece of prompt engineering. I have no idea what's in it, but the content it produces is absolutely fantastic, and so many of my high-ranking articles have been produced with that particular template. So if we go here, so the first section here, there we go. I'm going to copy that over and pop it into here. Now what I'm going to ask it to do, so what is really good is I've copied over what's going to be in here. Now here's a bit of a problem, is that it doesn't give the statistics. So this is where you're going to have to sometimes do a bit more work, because over here it's told you the section will provide an overview of the current position of the table. But if I get the tool to run this now, let's put this over here, we'll run it and we'll see what gets produced. It's going to have to take a guess, or it's going to have to use where the club was at the time when this was actually trained. So if I go down to the section that's been written, as you can see, so it says that Yannick Bolasie, who played for Middlesbrough at the time that this was originated, in fact I don't know if he actually did, and he may not start until later. But you look there, Marcus Brown, who no longer plays for the club, Dyke Steele, who does but hasn't played much this season, and Neil Warnock, who was manager at the time. So as you can see here, what we're going to do is ask it to use the information above to write a 2-paragraph introduction to an article about the current season, so the Middlesbrough 2022-23 season. It says here use Hemingway's rules. That is something that's used in Semantic Author to make the writing very, very high quality, to make it easier to read. And then what we do here is we send it off, and it's going to come back with hopefully what I've asked for. Here we are. So what we're going to do is copy that over. Like I said before, GPT-4 seems to understand these things better. When I ran an article yesterday, it was ran in GPT-4. It did understand it better. So if Phrase upgrades GPT-4, we may see an improvement in the quality of and the ease of which the outputs come through. So as you put here, so there's some massive problems with this one, so let's rewrite that one again. First part's good, the second part, what is James Dream Fin? I don't actually know, but if we go through, there we go. And again, we've got a few problems here with this one. So this is probably a problem more with GPT 3.5 than it is with the template or what we've put in there, because GPT-4 does seem to do better. Let's go down a bit further. There we go, we've got it. So we're going to quickly pop this one in. This is one that I like. Let's upvote that, and let's downvote that. So that isn't exactly right. They're 6 points away from them. Possibly where this is recorded, possibly later on today, they might be 3 points away from them. I'm going to now go away and do the full article. Then if you drop down to the comments, the top comment is going to be this full article. Have a quick read of it and see whether you think that this is the sort of thing that you'd want to use on your website, in which case this workflow will be perfect for you. The outline of this workflow is to use ChatGPT Plus, the GPT-4 version, to write your outline, to use the information to fill the outline out to make sure it's accurate, to then summarize each section of the article, which you will then take into another AI writer, or you can use GPT-4 to do it. The only downside with that is, again, it is going to eat away at those 25 credits you've got. And then what you do is you write the full article with the outline. That is the way I've produced a lot of very high quality articles. which are now ranking. I used to use that with GPT-3 originally, and now with GPT-4 it is an even more high quality workflow, which is able to produce even better articles than I think I could even write on my own. So if you've liked this video, if it's been useful to you, please like and subscribe to the channel. There'll be a lot more videos like this which will help you with your GPT workflow or whichever AI tool you like to use. Also, if you have any questions or want some help on implementing this yourself, by all means drop a message in the comments or head over to my website richardbat.co.uk, where I do offer different services to help you with your AI needs. So thank you again for watching, have a great week, and I will see you again next weekend.